The pod has spoken. I am your forever host, never leaving, never once left, never taking time off for myself. I'm here for the fans. I'm here for the listeners. I always have been and will be until the day that I die, as I think, because I'm always on option contractually and have always been back. So you know I'll be here. You trust I'll be here. I am your rock. And I am here with my rock and our producer and co-host, Ashleigh Smith.
Hello.
Ashleigh, it feels so good. I know, like, throughout the week, as I'm just like sometimes having down moments, I can just be like, you know what? Ashleigh's going to be there on Wednesday, and it's going to be great. And a big surprise. I don't know if it's a positive or a negative surprise for you, because I know that hearts have been broken 2 times in a row. We have with us a very, very, very special guest who may stick around longer than an episode, Riley McAtee.
Yay!
Oh, thank you for that, Tyson. I'm excited to be back.
I'm excited to have you, but I've been texting the group. You don't respond to the text. It's like you don't have an international phone play. I don't know what's going on with you.
I had a wedding to attend in Portugal. It was very beautiful.
So you didn't get my text in Portugal, or what was the deal?
I thought I did respond to texts.
I don't know. Okay.
Well, it is good to be back. It's good to be back to Survivor. I've binged the last 2 episodes and then caught up on this one, and I'm ready to talk about it. How have the vibes been?
The vibes have been cinematic.
The cinema? Fire?
Cinematic.
Fucking
Vibes,
cinematic.
Lit.
So good. On fire. Fire vibes that are like peak cinema.
They've been Riz.
Listen, we have someone here today that may be able to help us connect a little bit harder with some of that slang, because I know I'm saying it wrong. I know it probably sounds weird. It's off-putting to myself when I hear it come out of my mouth. But I'm assuming that's how old people felt in the 90s when I said dude. In fact, I know it is, because I got yelled at for calling an old man dude. He literally wanted to punch me in the face. This was at the Orem Rec Center. We have with us a TikTok and Instagram sensation. She shares jokes that are met warmly by the audience. I think that's your signature, right, Neve? We have Neve Pratt.
Hello. Yes, that is the thing. Niche, awkward dad jokes, and
told by a young woman.
Told by me, and
yes.
Yeah, the fan base I have is really interesting, really obsessive. You'll have to check it out at Wise Words From Neve and see what you think. But it's a lot of fun.
I have a question for you. So you tell these dad jokes, and then you tell them awkwardly, and then you stare at the camera for a pause, like, did you get it? Or that's the joke. And then I read the comments, and the comments are like, stab my eye with a needle 5,000 trillion times and slap my butt with a hot poker. Like, I don't get that part of it. Like, I don't get the comments on the bottom. Is that people being funny? Is that like people being mean? Is that...
I don't really know. It's been like a year of me trying to figure that out myself. But someone started it. Tom Segura, the comedian, picked up on it, and then it was like a snowball effect. And now it's like, who can comment the most heinous, obscene comment wins, kind of thing. And
so
you know what?
Tom Segura started it on your account?
So he just took my videos and kind of did a spiff on it and being like, look at this girl, super wholesome content. And then you look at her comments, and it's like you enter a new realm of craziness. So, you know what? I just roll with it. Any publicity is good publicity at the end of the day.
That's not true.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Remember Jeffrey Epstein?
You silenced me. Silenced.
Sounds like you're ready to hop into the comments section here.
That's just an example.
Actually talked about in my comments. So
okay. Yeah. So that makes more sense. So Tom Segura, because I used to listen to his podcast, and he would get his fan base to jump on some social media trends and find and seek out and then be bombarded with his fan base. So that kind of thing happened to you, and then those people stuck, which is nice. that they enjoy your content enough to stick around and comment. I just didn't even know where to jump in because I was like going to jump in and be like, oh, that's pretty good. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I obviously don't know what's going on here and I'm going to be out of place no matter what I say. And it could be one of those things where I could try saying a thing and get it totally wrong. And everybody's like, that crossed the line, Tyson. You did too much there. And I don't want to get caught out like that. So
I hear you.
If you can, go to Wise Words From Neve and make a heinous comment under one of her right? That's what we're
we're gonna reverse that. One comment at a time, we're gonna reverse it back to what it used to be. But yeah, go check it out.
What did it used to be?
A little more tame, like marry me or
okay. Okay. That is more tame. Do you still get those though once in a while?
Once in a while. But regardless, I love it. It's a lot of fun creating content and love everyone that supports me.
And you're a Survivor super fan.
I am a super fan. Absolute super fan. Tyson, you got me into Survivor when I watched Tocantins. Like,
yes,
Survivor's my thing. It's my whole personality.
It's your whole personality. It feels like you have other stuff going on with Instagram.
Well, I have other stuff going on, but like Survivor's a big part of my life. Like we have to like lock in when I watch Survivor nights with my friends. We all lock in. Like it's a whole ordeal.
Are they jealous?
Sound like a
here?
feature contestant.
Yeah, you do sound like you know that Survivor took a bunch of influencers out on the island to play like a 48-hour thing. Do you want to do that? Do you need me to connect you?
I want to do the whole thing. I want to
do the whole thing.
I don't want a couple days. I want the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to like manifest this. I'm going to be on the show one day. It's just going to happen. Mm-hmm. So we're going to put it out there right now.
I also know people there. So I know people for the 48 or for the full 26 days, which isn't the full, but it is the full now.
Yeah. What's your opinion on that? When it changed?
What's my opinion on that?
Yeah, were you like, oh.
You're going to get me in trouble. I mean, they cut it down for COVID. Makes sense because everybody had to quarantine in a hotel before they could go out. So now everybody's away for that same amount of time anyways. And then they realized that they can make an almost similar product to the 39-day. So I think as a viewer, you miss a little bit, but not too much. But there are struggles that happen in 39 days that don't happen in 26. And so from a financial standpoint, as a show creator, it makes no sense to do 33% more work for a teeny tiny little increase in production. So I get it. And that's just the way it is. It doesn't bother me. It bothers the people that play it now when someone like me who's played the 39 days is like, 26 days, get a load of these guys. And then they get on here and, they're like, stick 10,000 needles in my eye and slap your butt with a raging hot poker, Tyson. We didn't get to choose the 26 days. It chose us. So it's just morphed into that. It's fine. Snake bites. We've never seen a snake bite. That's what we're going to talk about. As a fan, did you like seeing the behind the scenes of Survivor? Because I know all of that stuff has existed because I've been out there multiple times. Was that interesting to you? Were you like, oh, I get to see something new? Or were you like, get the medical people off my screen. I need to see more backstabbing.
No, that was super interesting. And I think it was important for like the fan of me, the viewer, to like see that and that all that goes on. And also it made more sense of like, yeah, Jake was not okay, like emotionally. And all of that, because you really got to see like the raw reaction and what was going on.
Was he not okay emotionally?
I feel like he could have gone back out there. I don't know. I guess I'm not a doctor, but it was like, okay, if it's a dry bite, like what's the difference between this and like just stepping on something sharp or whatever? I guess it's more psychologically traumatic because they had to, strap him on the stretcher and bring him to base camp and all of that. But it was like, all right, can't we just bandage this up and he's good to go?
Wow, Riley, cold.
It wasn't his call; it was the doctor's.
I agree, though.
I don't know.
No, Jake asked to go back, didn't he? Say like, I came here to do this. Let's do it.
Look, I got more to say on this guy. I think they did him a solid. They were like, hey, you're going to go see the birth of your son. We're going to help you with your priorities here,
for sure.
So that may have played a part in it, but I was a little confused why he couldn't just go back.
Yeah, I I don't know. Because part of me is like, okay, snake bite. I'd be like, there's some weird thing, Neve, where if you go on Survivor, which hopefully you do in the future, you feel invincible because there's so much production around you that you're like, and even if I got bit by a snake, I'd be like, I'm not going to die. The CBS isn't going to let me die. That was a younger me. Now I'd be like, oh, they'll probably let me die if it boosts the ratings a little bit. But back then I was like, no, I'm invincible. They have me. Everything's safe. We're totally fine. Everything's great. And I even getting bit by a venomous snake, I probably would have been like, this is going to be cool on TV. There's no problem. And then with the cameras all in my face, laying on that stretcher, I'd be like, no problem, not even worried, like to the audience, because you got to be cool. And I think Jake was doing that, but I also think he was like ready to play. So I don't know why that happened, but I did like that they took us behind the scenes. So doctors are always on standby. Like if you hurt yourself, doctors are close. But then you do have to go to a different island for base camp where they took him. And all the doctors were there. Everybody was doing everything they could. I kind of thought maybe they weren't 100% sure it was a fully dry bite. And that's why they were like, you can't go back. Because he did say he had weird toe issues and stuff.
Yeah.
Riley, are you yay or nay on the close-up of the nipple piercing?
I think I'm a nay on close-ups of the nipple piercings.
Okay, close-minded.
Yep.
Neve?
It gave us a taste of the Canadian, like, a Thunder from Down Under thing that he was doing.
Yes. Yes, it's their signature. I agree. And you all know how Ashleigh and I feel about it, so we don't need to delve into our perspectives. Anything else about that, Riley? What more about the snake bite? I mean, I feel like that was the primary focus of the episode.
Well, I know I was freaked out when Alex looked at the binder and like that snake was just right there.
Like exactly.
I wanted to talk about that. So I know that snake is highly venomous. I touched one of them on Winners at War on purpose. I knew it was highly venomous, but they are very docile. They move very slow on land. They just kind of glide in the water. They don't swim fast. They aren't like trying to get you. They're very, like they said, like nobody who knows anybody has ever been bit by one of those things. Like very, very rare. I flicked its tail just to kind of get it moving off the beach a little bit. And one of the camera guys came up and was just like, do not, what are you doing? That thing is so venomous. I was like, I know, I just flicked its tail. They're so slow and chill. Like I was just getting it moving. And they were not pleased that I harassed the wildlife just a little bit. I was for everyone else's safety. But he pulled out that binder. That's another like fourth wall thing you've never seen before. Mm-hmm. We get those. We get a copy of that before we start. Everyone gets their own copy of that book. And then there is a copy of that book in the medical box away from camp. So any feminine hygiene, any contact solution, any prescription medications that are deemed necessary, they're all in this box that you can sneak off to and utilize. And you can go refer to that book anytime you have questions. So I like that moment where Alex was like, I went to the emergency book. It was crazy to me that nobody on that beach knew that those are highly venomous. Like
they didn't read the binder.
If you read one page of the book, you would be able to, like, even just the first, like when you are given like, Neve, you got to go do a book report. You get through the first page at least of the book.
Yep. I don't know how they didn't know.
So, yeah, I liked that. I liked when Jeff talked straight to the camera and was letting us in, bringing us into the trust nest, I guess, whatever it's called, and telling us everything that was happening. But I would like more clarification on Jake's condition afterwards, because it made it sound like he was too emotionally and mentally distraught to bounce back in a healthy way to play Survivor.
You know what I think it was?
Yes.
I think the medical team traumatized him. I feel like they were like, this man is about to die. And like, you're going to be fine, Jake. And then they would talk above him, like, get him like CC, like a bunch of CCs of fluid. He's going to die. Check his vitals. And I'm like, if your kid is about to get birthed and you're over here trying to win Survivor and you're like, these dudes are thinking I'm about to die over a silly game, you're going to be like, I'm going to go home. Like, he's probably just like, I think at night he dreams about a stupid snake. He's going to like see like a stick and it's going to bring him right back to like everyone freaking out that he's about to die. So I think the medical team was the ones who traumatized him, not the snake.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, go ahead,
well,
Riley.
I think it was his name, Dr. Barry. I think the doctor was just
we call him the Care Bear.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I've never met that man. I don't know.
Dr. Care Bear. Well, we're calling him this now, though. This just stuck. Dr. Care Bear was like, this guy should be back home with his wife for the birth of his first child. His priorities are completely out of whack.
Yeah.
And I have the authority to do him a solid right now. I could just send him home and said, I'm doing it. I'm pulling the plug. And maybe
Little
if he wasn't
he's created
a
lifelong enemy in Jake.
No. He did him the biggest favor of his entire life. He got to witness the birth of his kid.
I don't disagree, but also if you're willing to skip the birth of your kid anyways, then like, are you really wanting to be there? Like, I don't know. Neve, let's hypothetically, based on what you know of Jake, he's laying there and he's like, I want to go back in. And what if medical was like, well, you shouldn't, but it's up to you. Is he going back in? Is there too much pressure because the cameras are there or because he really wanted to still be there? Or is he wanting to leave, but just not going to admit it because he has pierced nipples?
Yep, that's it. I think that if cameras were in front of him and he had the choice, I think he was going back in because he was definitely distraught that he was pulled from the game. I mean, I think we're all kind of like, he could have gone back in, but I think you could see he was like freaked out for sure.
So what about this then? So I'm like, oh, I'm Jeff. I'm like, okay, Jake, we're going to turn off the cameras real quick. And then you tell me honestly, and we'll turn them on and you can ham it up however, but like turn off the cameras. Nobody will ever hear this conversation. What do you want to do? Is he still staying in the game at that point?
I think so, because he said, like, I'm here. If I'm going to miss the birth of my child, I'm going to win $1 million. And I think he still would have stayed if he knew he was going to be okay. But I agree with you, Riley. Like, if the doctor put him back in the game and then he ended up getting sick and missing the birth of his kid, that would have been rough.
That's the worst. That's the worst. It is interesting how I got hurt on one of my seasons and they didn't even give me the option to go home. They were just like, you're
like,
good.
You're staying out here.
Get on in there. I was like, I can't move my arm. And they're like, that's totally fine. It'll probably get better. And it did. It got better and it was fine. But in that moment, I was like, oh, I didn't get to have a conversation about that. Jeff was just like, doctor said you're good to go. Go ahead and get back in the game. And I'm like, my shoulder hurts so bad. Like, but Jeff said. So I ended up winning. It was fine. Everything worked out for the best. But
I ended up winning. It was fine.
But yeah, it was like they kind of have that finality of like you're out or you're in, and they told him he was out. Care Bear did do him a solid, but you don't think there's going to be lingering regret from Jake? Like, what if? Like, what if I had fought harder to stay there?
Well, so my question is, will he get the Bruce treatment now where he comes back? We know he's not coming back for 50, but could he come back for 51 or 52? Is that something that's going to stick in the show? Or is it kind of like, hey, you got 6 days, so it's not the same as Bruce who injured himself on hour 1 or whatever?
I think they could bring him back. And do we call him Jake the Snake Bite now?
Yeah, we'll keep working on it.
Yeah. Neve?
I don't know
if my delivery was great there, but
all I want to know is if they were wondering the next day at camp, no one's shoe got stolen today.
Yeah,
great.
That's
great
true. I mean, at some point, if you're on the losing tribe and it keeps getting slimmer and slimmer, it does narrow down who's doing the shoe thing, right? You're like, there's 3 of us, there's 4 of us, and the shoes are still missing. So we didn't vote out the Shoe Bandit yet.
Yeah, he's going to have like a double title if he comes back. Shoe Bandit X Snake Bite Jake.
Yeah,
thing.
Snake Bite Jake.
gosh, that should have been part of his message to the tribe. You should have been like, I hope you guys are the final 3. Yeah. By the way, you don't got to worry about your shoes anymore. It was me.
Did you like how Jeff announced that? I thought he was going to pull the tribe aside and be like, here's some words from Jake. But instead he announced like, Jake wants you guys to win. He thinks everybody else are assholes. So go get them. And he said, suck it, other 2 tribes. And that the 2 that are remaining in the game are untouchable. So like, do what you will with that information. No offense to anybody. I'm targeting blue the rest of the time if I'm on any of the other tribes. I'm just like, okay, Jake the snake bite. We're taking care of your tribe very quickly. That it would be my only goal at that point. I don't know why. I'm so petty, Neve.
Well, Jake didn't fuel them enough to win the challenge. I wouldn't be too worried.
Yeah, that's true. What do you do? Let's go to the immunity challenge. Well, before we go to the immunity challenge, let's go to the idol hunts.
Okay.
Neve, you're a longtime Survivor fan. Why are these people sharing all of the information about all of the advantages they find with everybody every single time?
I don't know. I do not know. I think I respected the people that kind of called that out and was like, okay, this is weird. Why are we doing this, like moving the kumbaya thing to like a tribe hunt and making it like a group thing? I thought that
even in those tribe moments, both of the people who found them could have just stuffed them in their pants and not told anybody.
Right. Especially when it's a beware advantage and you don't have the idol in your pocket. You just have the clue. So when Rizgod is reading it to everyone and he's like, it's under the thing, you have to get it after you lose. It's like, okay, anyone is going to grab that. Anyone could grab that.
Yeah. I'm like, if there's a journey situation after the thing, send Rizzo and we'll go get the idol because we know where it is now.
Yep.
What if, I don't know how this would play out. So Rizzo has the paper. So even if you went and looked for it and grabbed the ball and chain or whatever's under the boat and took it, it's Rizzo whose vote would be lost.
Ooh, I'm not sure. Because does he have to acquire the idol to get his vote back, or does it just have to be acquired? Oh,
it probably has to be acquired. But what if you go and hide the chain and ball and don't find the idol?
Oh, interesting. But how are you going to do it when everyone knows? Like the first thing people are going to do is go to the water well or the boat.
I'm going to grab a whole handful of sea crates.
Yeah,
and then I'm going to spread them around the boat area. And then I'm going to come in and be like, hey, everybody, production said we got to clear this area while they get rid of these things. And then that gives me time. You literally could go in and be like, hey, production told us to clear out of this area. That guy over there did. You could probably get away with that very many times before production was like, stop up and nice.
I feel like production would not be so happy with it. But.
Yeah, but they'd come to you first and you'd be like, I already used it for what I needed it for. Yeah. I think I don't know if there's a way really to clear everyone out from that. If you could somehow get there like a split second before and move the boat to a different spot so that it's already hidden. But like,
there's a thing, if you're all digging together and you find it and Rizzo doesn't, are you giving it to him? Or
no, no, I am not. But he has to, the last one was a ball and chain with a key to find a box, right? And I like Sophie's idea of like hiding the box. She tried kind of, it didn't work out. But I think, MC was a little smarter because she only went to Steven, but she literally found it on her own and could have just kept it for herself. And the other thing too is that chain too heavy to maneuver by yourself? Is it designed to have to tell someone?
That's why you need Jake to carry it for you as you...
Not anymore. Snakebite Jake is probably too weak, drained from the
snake.
The snake drained him. Yeah, he'll never be the same. Changed forever. R.I.P. Jake. He's okay, by the way. They gave him that little snippet clip of, hey guys, just so you know, we didn't let him die. He's good, and he made it home to the birth of his son. Thanks to Dr. Care Bear.
Yeah, but it feels like once one person is like, hey, let's all go look for the idol as a group. Like can you be like, no, actually, I'm not going to do that. I'd prefer if I looked secretly.
No, you go look and hope that you bump into it and then put it.
Right, but you have to go along with it, though.
You
right?
have
like
to go
everybody has to be like, yeah, of course we want to find it and use it for the tribe. And like, we're yellow, we're going to take out red or whatever, and use this
like
as a
group
tool.
prayer or group yoga or group anything. Like if the majority is doing it, you're like, so embarrassing. My family's going to see me doing yoga on the beach with a group. But you still got to do it until the point. I got to do these breath exercises till someone brave enough and courageous enough is like, I'm not doing that shit. Doesn't even work. Then you can like be like, I'm with them. I know it doesn't work too. But until that point, you just have to go along with it.
Yeah.
And you'd want to be there anyways.
Because was it MC and Steven who were like, let's hope we can get together. But then they ended up not being together or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then MC found it. And then she still went and told Steven anyways, which I was like, that thing is heavy, but she doesn't know it's heavy. So she should try to find it on her own. And then if she needs help because it's too heavy or too hard to find on her own, pull in the person you think you need, or don't tell anybody and just have your vote gone and never say anything about it. But
it's interesting how she connected with Steven, being that Steven wasn't the one who was trying to join her in with his little group. It was Matt. And then she doesn't trust Matt. It's very interesting.
Why doesn't she trust Matt, Neve?
I don't know. He's a simple dreadlock Utah guy who throws bags at the airport.
He's St. George, huh?
Yeah. I don't know why she doesn't trust him because he seemed to have known like right off the bat, like this is someone I want to work with. And they seem to have a good conversation. And then it cuts to her little cameo. And she's like, nope.
Yeah. His vibe probably just isn't the same. His aura
wasn't cinematic enough.
Yeah, it wasn't cinematic enough. It is true though. You do like get out there and you're like, I don't know about that person just because they're like it does happen. I don't know what it is about Matt specifically for MC, but she's got some read on him that she does not love. How's it going to play out for Rizzo? Is telling the whole tribe and then he's like, I'm going to keep it for myself. It's in my pocket. It's like, yeah, but it's going to work the same way I worked for Alex, kind of. What, can he get out of this? Is there a way where he can use this idol for good for himself?
Not without everyone knowing. I think he's just he has a target on his back once he finds that, and people are going to want that not in play. Or they're going to say, hey, you said you'd use it for me. And he's going to be like, no.
Yeah. All 5 of them are going to come to him at the same time and be like, I need it tonight. That's what they should do.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah, I need it. No, I need it. I feel at risk. And so good. So good. It's hard. Once everybody knows, it's not an advantage at all. It's a disadvantage. And Rizzo announcing it, reading it, he could have easily taken it all the way for himself. MC the same. I do think like sometimes you need that sidekick to know, but not immediately. Like sit on it for a day or two and decide. Let other people hunt around for a while. That's just fun. That's just fun to watch someone looking for an idol that you already have.
But don't you have to look too?
A little bit, but you can also be like, my foot hurts. I think I got bit by a snake. I will lay down. I'm going to take a breather, but
don't say you got bit by a snake, as we learned.
Oh yeah. Your immediate elimination.
Say something else.
Is that what quitters should do moving forward? Is just be like, I think I got bit by one of those sea snakes.
Yeah.
I think I got bit by a sea snake. There wasn't any venom, but I think I'm out. I think I'm done.
Yeah, I have to leave.
I gotta go.
I'm traumatized right now.
Please cue the heroic music.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Believe me, I want to stay. I would win this thing. I'm here to win. I would win for sure. And then if that happens enough times, we can have the snake bite season in 5 years.
The snake. Oh, all returnees that were bitten by snakes?
That were eliminated by snakes. Let's go to the immunity challenge. We have Keeley. I forget how to say it. Keeley, did I say it right that time?
I don't know.
Did you have any hope for them, Neve? Did you think they were going to win? Was Was there any possibility that you were like, they're going to pull it out this time?
They proved to me that they were the disaster tribe once the yellow tribe got the coconuts and still won. It was like, all right, like you guys should have won. And I had hope for them because of their ambition with Jake leaving. Like, we're going to do this for him. And so I was disappointed for sure. But was I surprised? Not really.
I thought it was hilarious. I was hoping they would lose.
I was hoping
Tyson,
they would lose.
I know
too.
You were hoping that they would lose.
I'm hoping they're going to lose. It's so funny. It's down to 2 now. It's so funny. Like, how can you not?
Great. Yeah.
There is a little heroicness to that tribe finally pulling out a win, and you're like, okay, good for them. Let's see a different tribe for a second.
It's so funny to see them be like, we're going to dedicate this challenge performance to Jake.
This goes to Jake, our boy. This is the best we can do, and it's for Jake.
Yeah, you didn't hear anything about it being dedicated to Jake once they lost. So
yeah, so you're saying if you were on that tribe and you came back, would your confessional be like, we shouldn't have dedicated it to Jake? That's where we went wrong.
Yeah, you got to dedicate it after. Like, well, if you had won, you'd been like, we're dedicating this to Jake.
Yeah. Is Jason in trouble with how good he is at puzzles?
I would have been telling Jeff to be quiet. Like, shut up.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah.
Because every challenge, Jeff is like, yep, again, Jason does
Undefeated.
the puzzle.
Undefeated.
I would have been like, please.
And do you think he's that good at puzzles, or do you think like he's paired with someone who's also good and he's also like, just methodical about it or something? Are you looking at this being like Jason's unstoppable in puzzles?
I think he's pretty good at puzzles.
Could you beat Jason at puzzle? Could you beat him?
I don't know.
I could.
Let's see it.
What if everybody's just bad at puzzles this season? Except for Jason.
Blue is definitely bad at puzzles. Like, it's like a tribe full of Romes. They're
okay.
So bad at puzzles.
This would be another good returnee season. We get all of the worst
puzzlers.
Yeah. So each challenge takes like 4 hours.
No. You get 3 tribes. One is all horrible puzzlers. One is all horrible physicals. And one is all horrible. What's the other? Communicators? What's another? Is it just physical and puzzles that you need?
It's usually, for like so
it's 2 tribes.
It becomes endurance later, but not.
It's 2 tribes, one of the worst puzzlers in the history of Survivor, but very physical. Like, we got to find people that are physical, but really bad at puzzles. And then you find people who are horrible physically, but really good at puzzles. And those are the 2 tribes.
Yeah. It's like Jonathan's versus Jason's.
Yes.
It's like the Jonathans just rip through the obstacle course and then they get to the puzzle and they're like,
I'm all in on this. I think,
that'd be great to watch.
Yeah. Patent pending. Survivor. Call us if you want to buy that idea from us. I love that idea.
What would you guys do if you were Jason? Would you be like, I got to get out of this limelight with the puzzles? Or would you just keep winning for your tribe and offering to do it?
If I were Jason and I knew beforehand that I was good at puzzles, I would maybe do the first 1 or 2 and then kind of back off a little bit, let other people do the puzzles. But it also depends, like, how comfortable is he in his tribe dynamic? Does he have a feeling like he's in the majority group? Does he feel pretty confident in his alliances? Because that is really what's going to come down to him being okay if they lose a challenge. Winning is good, but if you win everything, you don't know where anybody, like, we could have all the conversations in the world, but until we go and see how the votes are written, I don't really know if you're with me or not. So I think it is important for a tribe to go to tribal council before they get to the merge, just for that aspect alone, to be like, who was telling me the truth to some degree? And they're not going to have that. So that's bad. And the further you go without that, the scarier it probably becomes to actually lose and then have to go. Because that first tribal council is like, who's telling who the truth and which direction is it going to go? And this is going to kind of shape the momentum of this group moving forward. So I don't know. It's a hard spot because he wants to win. I'm sure he wants to avoid tribal council. He also was an alternate. So is he like, if I get this opportunity, I'm going balls to the wall. There's no holding back. I'm just going to go for it because this, like, I shouldn't even maybe have gotten a shot to begin with.
Yeah, I feel like for these super fans too, it's like they've been waiting, many of them, decades to be on the show. It's just impossible to be like, oh, I'm actually not going to do the puzzle. Let me sit this one out. It's like, no way. He's going to do it.
Yeah. Should there have been more fighting about who was going to sit out this time then?
I don't know. It's tough. Pick 3 out of 6.
Yeah,
Never.
Tough.
Are you going to sit out?
No.
You're out there, your lifelong dream of Survivor, and Jake's like, yo, Neve, I got this. Look at my nipples. You sit out.
The last thing I want to do is sit out in a challenge in Survivor. Because Jeff had to make that rule after, I don't know who it was, but they just
Sandra.
kept sitting her out every single week. And he's like, do you even want to play?
She's bad at challenges. It is definitely a liability.
So I would be trying to play every challenge if I could, and proving it that I can.
Yeah. Well, here's some words of wisdom, Neve, is being self-aware enough to know if you're the person that should sit out. But if you shouldn't be the one sitting out and you fight to stay in and prove that you should be there, then that's also very powerful. Because people are like, okay, she knows herself and her strengths well enough that we trust when she says the thing she's going to do.
Right.
But if you fight to stay in and are the reason that you lose, that's a bigger problem than sitting out and not participating and them losing, because then it's not on you either. So it's a little riskier to fight to do the challenge than to just go along. But I was surprised that it didn't seem like there was even really a conversation. It was just like us three. We're going to go have a great time on the bench together. Let's, before we get to Keeley losing all the way, is there anything else that happened in this episode that was notable? Sage has every friend ghosted her in her entire life. Every best friend has ghosted her. Is that
sad?
Yeah, that is sad. At some point, you have to reflect upon yourself and be like, am I the common I'm not saying she is the common denominator, but
sounds like that's what you're saying.
I'm not saying that she is, but you have to question. Do you not have to question at some point if like all my best friends have left me?
Should she even be on Survivor if she has that kind of trauma? Like everyone's gonna
most of these people should not. With the trauma that these kids are carrying,
people shouldn't.
With the trauma these kids are carrying,
it's like, ouch. It's gonna hurt.
Exponentially increase that trauma. Except for the winner who leaves with $1 million, they feel great at the end of it.
Yeah, because we can already know she's gonna be feeling betrayed because she was like, oh, okay, I can trust Shannon for sure. Like that's who I'm gonna confide in with this information. And then Shannon turns around and tells Savannah. So
immediately.
Yeah.
Have you guys talked about this? Like the S women that we have on this season? It's like Sage, Shannon, Savannah. We got 2 Sophies. So we got like 5 women whose names start with S. I was having just a huge trouble keeping them all straight.
The 2 Sophies is diabolical because they don't even show the one that ends with the E.
Yeah, she like hasn't been on the show.
And she looks kind of enough like Sage or Savannah that sometimes I'm like, oh, I think that's the Sophie that we haven't heard from, and it's not. It's then Sage or Savannah. She's getting purpled right now.
Sage and Shannon were hard for me to keep apart, and then because they had this interaction on this episode where it's like they're not on the same page. I'm like, okay, I got it. Like that is actually helpful.
How devastating is this going to be for Sage and her future well-being?
Absolutely devastating, because she just poured her heart out. She was like, I get ghosted by everyone, and then I get betrayed. So it's hard for me to trust people. And then she's like, but I really think I can trust Shannon. And then and I respect her for being like, I have to make something happen, because she knew she was on the outs, and she was like, I need to do something. Throwing Savannah's name out, probably not the best move. She's a fireball, so it's just an interesting situation.
Yeah.
Tyson, has that ever happened to you where you like have on the show, you're like, oh, I trust this person, let me tell them something or whatever. And then it like cuts to that person being like, look at this idiot, thinking that they can trust me. I'm going to go tell somebody else what they just told me. And like, that it feels like that'd be devastating.
I haven't really had that I haven't noticed. Like
you've known in the
I've
moment.
noticed, I've watched it happen and been like, oh, Sandra's not with me, but like, what can I do? But I have, and one time I saw it, on Blood versus Water, I told Katie, Tina's daughter, I was like, you're on the outs. We're probably going to vote you out, but we're not going to vote you out tonight. And if you vote how I tell you to vote, then we can have a conversation about maybe working together in the future. And then you can stay longer in this game. And she was like, and I was like, but if you tell anybody that we had this conversation, I'm done trying. And she's like, okay, well, I have to go talk to Sierra, but it's not about this. And then Sierra came to me and was like, did you tell Katie you were going to tell her how we were voting tonight? I was like, nope. And then she was gone shortly after.
Yep.
So, yeah. But I did like I got to go talk to Sierra, but not about this line was very strong.
Let's also not forget when you told Tina, if everyone played like you, I'd win 100% of the time.
Yes, I did. That was a good quote. She came back yelling at everybody. And then I was just like, Tina, stop. There's so many people still that are just like, Tina's my favorite. She's so good. I was like, we literally had to drag her from day one. And only because Aris like had a pre-existing friendship with her and she couldn't lie. There were so many times where somebody would be like, Tina, what are we doing tonight? And she's like, and I'd have to be like, we're doing this. And she'd be like, thanks, I can't lie. I was like, then you're of no use to us. Like, what? If I can't trust you to lie when someone else isn't there to lie, then this is a liability. So I want to go to Keeley after their devastating loss. Hilarious to the viewers. Like Sophie said, it's probably fun to watch, but it's not fun to be here living through it. Did Sophie make the right decision? Was that because it kind of looked like they could have tricked Alex? But that's definitely riskier.
He played the idol.
But I think that he wasn't going to. I think they could have gotten him not to. And I think only at Tribal Council, because Jeff kept digging, Sophie talked a little bit too much. And then Jeremiah talked a little bit too much about the idol.
Well, I think so at Tribal Council, I was thinking the same thing, that she was spilling too much. And I was like, oh, he's going to play his idol. But then because she ended up voting for Jeremiah, now I actually think, oh, that's what she wanted. She wanted to flush the idol.
Yes, that's true. Because I thought they could have gotten Alex. They for sure could have gotten Alex. And then you see Sophie backtracking a little bit and being like, did you like when she spied? Is that a play you would do, Neve?
For sure. I liked that play a lot.
Yeah, it was a good play. And she realized that of her and Jeremiah, it was more likely her that Alex was going to vote for. So at that point, she was like, well, I don't want anybody voting for me. I have to at least convince Alex to vote Jeremiah, even if we don't vote Jeremiah out. So, and I think at that point, she realized it's just going to be easier for me to go with Alex if I can convince him to vote for Jeremiah.
Yeah. I also think it's so crazy how Jake was the one that left and he was like the one holding them all together. So then when he left, it was like, well, Alex is like, well, my bromance is gone. And Sophie's like, well, my big brother's gone. Jeremiah is just kind of like there. But because his closest is Sophie. But I was just like, interesting, because now they're going to have to become each other's like number ones. So it's interesting to see how it all played out.
And he was like the alpha that was kind of like directing like how the challenges would go, how they compete, not to much success. But sometimes people just want to be told what to do. You know? Yeah. And it is easier in some of those moments. Like if a lot of times I'm out on the island and like one of these alpha guys steps into the leadership role, I'm like, yes, tell us what to do. leader. Tell us, direct us. I'm all for it because I don't want to be that guy. And we need you. It's a weird situation because everybody knows you shouldn't like step into the boss role. But somebody has to step into the boss role or else it does not function at all. Mm-hmm. So it's like, how gently can you step into that boss role and be a democracy? Or do you get power hungry and let it all go to your head immediately and just be like, I'm in charge? And I think Jake was on that downward slope of being the leader anyways of that tribe and would have been targeted immediately at the merge for being the leader over there anyways. Was Sophie's plan to go with Jeremiah the whole tribal council? Did she shift at tribal council? Was that
no? I think her hearing that conversation was probably an eye-opener for her.
Yeah.
I would have been playing similarly. I would have been playing I just assumed that Alex was going to play the idol and that I would need to just play like that and know that a target's on my back and try and figure something out. And so I think at the end of the day, especially during tribal, she was like, I could be the one gone if I don't vote with him, if I don't vote with Alex.
Yeah, I thought it was definitely a safer move for her to go with Alex and convince him to vote out Jeremiah. And I don't know what her train of thought was, but I'm assuming that she heard that conversation and she was like, if I convince Alex to vote out Jeremiah, then I kind of have the options at this point. Then I'm in control of the options and then I can decipher which is safer and which is better based off if I feel like Alex is going to play his idol. And then she probably was just like, well, it's going to be way easier to convince him to play his idol and trust in that than to not play his idol. And so I feel like after she did all of her calculations, she did make the right move. I think that's absolutely the right move. It was kind of crazy to me that both of them seemed on board with trying to fool Alex.
Mm.
Like if you came to me, Neve, and were like, Tyson, we're going to fool Alex. I'd be like, okay, yeah, we are. Yeah, we definitely are. Let me just go talk to Alex real quick, but not about this. It's not going to be, it's about something else. And that's exactly how it would go. I'd be like, Alex, Neve said it was her and I, and we're going to trick you to not play your idol, but come on. Like, because there's no way. Like, I would not believe if that was the pitch. I would not believe that was the pitch. I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. I'll try my hardest. And for maybe half a second, I would try and then be like, no, it's too dangerous. It's way too dangerous. Yeah. So, yeah. So I did like that. I liked that she, I guess she probably did flush that on purpose. Is
Except she did talk to Jeremiah and was like, if we get flushed that, we can go and find it tomorrow. So that's the question is, will she go and try to find it? And will she include Alex in that?
I think I don't know if she'll have to include Alex. I mean, if they go look for it together, probably, but there's two people. How do you keep tabs on that? And they probably only have like a couple hours. They have a couple hours, unless she goes and looks for it at night. That's what she should do, is go look at night when Alex is asleep.
How are you going to find it? They took these advantages into like the trees and stuff.
Oh, and they have no fire yet.
Yeah, they got no fire.
Yeah. So
scary.
Yeah. Okay.
Dangerous.
Yeah, that is.
We're snakes.
That is snakes. Are you
tree snakes?
No, there's no trees.
I'm just saying random snakes.
I think there's boas on Fiji, but hardly any.
We gotta get a copy of one of those binders.
Yeah.
I probably had a copy from Fiji because it's probably the same binder that we got on Winners at War. But I don't know where that is. Yeah,
probably.
I probably left it out there.
Wait, I have a question for the group, mostly for Neve and Ashleigh, but also for you, Tyson. Do you all have a go-to nail technician, and how long?
Yeah, since high school.
You have since high school?
I don't.
No. Okay. So you're not loyal.
I'm not loyal. I'll go to whoever takes me, and then if I have a bad experience, I go to the next place.
I knew it. Can't be trusted.
And if I have a good experience, I'll go back. But if they're full, then I try a different place.
Oh, that's horrible, Tyson. How could you?
So
That's
your
not loyal.
loyalty is conditional. Yeah.
But I do get my hair cut by the same woman and have for like 5 years.
Okay. All right. That's something.
I feel the same about the hair, but not the nails. Nail technicians are, I don't know. I remember when I was like 10 and my mom would take me to like the same nail technician for a little bit, and then she got bored and was like, let's go somewhere else. So I don't know about the nail technician, but the hair, that person you go to like often.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. Nail tech depends on where I am, but hair, always the same person.
Okay.
And nail tech is like going and getting your nails done is a vacation thing too. Like, because it's not like if you're like having a down day on vacation, you can be like, let's go get our nails done. Like that's something you can do in a different state, but you can't go just surprise haircut yourself unless you're going to do something super radical.
Very true.
Exactly.
Like a full change. Riley, you don't get it.
Well, I guess I don't get the nail tech part. No, the haircut. I will say I did enjoy Jeff, like, just twisting the knife a little bit at the challenge, being like, I wish I could say you guys are coming back, but you're not.
Yeah. You're not. They're doing it again. They're losing again. What is their problem with puzzles, Riley? They're just not good, or do they give up?
I don't know if I should say anymore.
You didn't say anything.
Well, I just feel like if the thing I'm going to say will get people upset at me.
Who's going to be upset?
I think they're just bad at puzzles.
There's only 3 of them. There's 4 of us. There's 4 of us here. There's only 3 of them.
We're a core 4, right?
We're a core 4.
I saw, I will have to hunt this down. I thought I saw a different former Survivor contestant saying that they used to, in casting, kind of test people for puzzle acumen, and now they don't. I'll have to confirm this. This is totally off the dome. But basically, it's so like when they're dividing up the tribes, they don't know who is good at puzzles and who is not. And perhaps we need to do production needs to do a little bit of puzzle testing here so that we don't get all of these. I mean, it's interesting too, because sometimes you have people with kind of like white collar jobs that require a lot of thinking, and they're just like, I'm horrible at puzzles, versus like the physical people, you can usually kind of pick them out fairly easily. It's like, okay,
not all the time. A lot of times they have those muscles that aren't good for anything but looking at themselves in a mirror at the gym, and those guys are the best because you're like, you're so bad. You're so strong and so bad, and also not strong, but you have muscles that look big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, speaking to that, Riley, because I don't know if you know this about me, but I've played Survivor a bunch, and I don't remember them ever asking me about puzzles.
Maybe I'm totally wrong on this.
But they did give us IQ tests, which do have some spatial awareness tests on there.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that comes into play a little bit. But also, there is a learning curve to taking IQ tests. You got to take them as fast as you can.
That's the test, right? Yeah. It's like, how much can you get through?
They're timed.
Yeah.
But you can't. The first time I took one, I looked at it, I was like, I can get all through this. And then I would double check my answers and do that. And then the second time, they're like, you're so much smarter this year than you were last year. I was like, I just blasted through the test instead of like checking everything. So
smarter this year.
Yeah. It literally in a year. I took it for Token Cheens, and then I took it again for Heroes versus Villains. And I knew I crushed it for Heroes versus Villains. I was like, how'd my IQ test go? And they're like, we're not supposed to tell you the score you got, but it was significantly greater than the one you took in Token Cheens, like by a notable margin that there were conversations had about it. And I was like, yeah.
Do they use that to like sort the tribes, or?
They must, just in some capacity. I don't know fully how they sort the tribes. They try to make them even.
I don't think they do. At least in
the
new era. Yeah, in the new era, I don't think they try to make them even.
You don't think they took Jake and were like, he's gonna be.
Dude, we have a tribe like this every single season now that just loses and loses and loses and loses.
I know, but the thing is once you start losing and there's a tribe of 6, like it's, especially if there's more than one weak link. If there's like one noticeably weaker person that's just like a total bum, fine. But if there's like 2, or 3, you just are on this spiral. And it's like the haves and
have-nots. How do you think 2 or 3 weak links all end up on one tribe, huh?
Yeah, but you're looking at Sophie with an I and Sophie with an E, and you're like, oh, Sophie with an E is much stronger. Don't put her on the weak link tribe. Like, that doesn't make sense. You think they have enough information?
I don't know. Maybe they need to be testing for puzzles like we're saying, but it feels like I remember there was one season and they all blur together, but there was one where we were doing the preview and we were like, this tribe looks like they are really weak. They're going to have trouble in challenges. And then they lost the first 3 challenges in a row. And it was like, okay, I feel like that could have been assessed early on. I don't know. We didn't do a preview pod this season, so we didn't have the chance to identify that Blue Tribe is going to be so bad, but this is just such a pattern at this point.
Do we remember Brain, Beauty, Brawn? Do you remember there being a disaster tribe?
There was one of those Brains tribes was a huge disaster. The in Cagayan, the Spencer Brains tribe is one of the worst tribes ever.
And do we like the disaster tribe? I liked it initially. I don't know if I need it every season. Do I need it every season?
No, I don't think so. It's fun to watch, but let's not have a disaster tribe every season.
But could we take 3 disaster tribes and put them on one season together?
That I'll watch.
Yes, absolutely.
Blue has to be, this Keeley tribe has to be one of the most disastrous tribes of all time.
Survivor 51 is just we bring back all of Kelly, we bring back all of Lulu, we get another one of these tribes, just each okay, all of you.
You know what I want to see too? I want to see a season of everyone that was voted out first and see.
Yes.
So here's the argument. Here's the argument against that, Neve, is that production doesn't even know who those people are. So it's it's the same as casting a new person because they're such an unknown. They might not even be worth.
True.
With a returning player, you're like, oh, they're a personality. They did this. They're notable. They're memorable for these reasons. Let's bring them back. These first outs, a lot of them don't have any of those moments. So it's like a total crapshoot.
Yeah,
as far as whether or not this is a person that will make good TV. I mean, they could run them through the casting process again and decipher a little bit, but also Bumpkin Jones from season 20 million isn't going to move the needle as far as viewership initially. It's not like, oh, what's Bumpkin up to? Let's go see if Bumpkin Jones can get past the first vote this time.
Yeah, getting voted out first twice would be brutal.
Shout out Francesca.
Yeah, she would have to get brought back.
She'd have to get brought back and also voted out first.
They're like, we're so sorry. We have to keep the tradition going.
Yeah.
We're not even going to hide it this time. You should look for idols, but we also already have the idol.
She wasn't even on the losing tribe or anything. She's just like, you're next to go. Sorry.
If I am on a season and she's there and she's not on my tribe, I love her. But I'm figuring out, even from the other tribe, how to get rid of her first. I'm like, okay, guys, you guys throw the challenge so that you guys go to tribal council and vote her out first. And then I will be loyal with you to the end once we hit the merge, no matter what, I promise. I just need her to go first. So that's horrible. Yeah, that's horrible of us. I can't believe you came up with that idea, Neve. Anything else notable about the episode before we get into Riley's reads? No. Silence is deafening. I'm sure there's a notable moment that someone's going to talk about. But, Riley, let's get into your reads this season. What do you have for us?
Well, I think we already kind of ripped through what our favorite moments would be. Unless we...
Did we?
Well, we went through every moment of the episode. Yeah, that was your favorite, right?
No, yours. It was my second favorite.
Mine's Jeff twisting the dagger.
Okay, that's right. Neve, what's your favorite moment of the episode?
Ooh.
Besides the nipples.
I think Sophie spying was my favorite.
Yeah, that was great.
And she actually spied perfectly. She found some trees, she ducked in, she heard what was said.
They stitched together those shots?
Maybe.
And they were done after, because I was like, can you imagine if you're sitting on the beach and you're having, a strategic conversation, and then one of the camera people is like,
points up in the tree and then backs up so they can get a wider angle.
I got to zoom in on this bush behind you real quick. Just keep talking, pretend I'm not here. But I'm going to take a few steps over and just get a real good look at this bush right behind you. It's making a little bit of noise, but don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's probably wildlife. Well, they can probably do some of that zoom and movement in post. But yeah, I think there are moments I remember on the show where the camera guy did kind of like move the camera and you were like, what's going on? Yeah.
Snake.
Yeah. Or also if you do look, they do move the camera. So if you like feel like you hear something and look, the camera will go that way too. And so it is a little bit tricky navigating, but that does make sense. Yeah. But I think, she definitely spied and she definitely heard something. Yeah. So I did like that. Ashleigh, you have a favorite moment we need to point out?
This is a weird favorite moment, but I thought it was...
when he got bit by the snake?
Oh, man. It was just a graze, okay? Free my boy Snake, man.
Yeah.
I liked the moments when the other teams won at the immunity challenge. And it was just this really somber moment of them not knowing, should we celebrate or should we hug these people that we barely know? Or and it was just a very awkward, very good TV moment to see.
Yeah, I did like, and then Jeff pointed it out, which kind of ruined it all. But I did notice that too. It was very somber and quiet. And I feel like that's just self-awareness from people knowing like this is not the time to celebrate. You go back after to your tribe, and I'm sure they were high-fiving. Oh, their hands were sore from high-fiving about how funny it was that Blue was going back to tribal council. I know my hand would be sore from high-fiving if I was on one of the other tribes. Yeah, I did like that. Back to the snake bite thing. as I was watching, Neve, do you feel like you would notice a snake creeping on you? Like that was like, oh, it's under my foot, coiled, and then took a bite. Like I would have noticed or heard like a little thing in the sand. I've never had a snake get that close to me before I knew there was a snake there.
Yeah.
And I'm in Arizona, the snake capital of the United States.
Yeah, I've almost gotten bit by like 2 rattlesnakes before. And with rattlesnakes, like they make the noise, But I definitely was aware of them before I even got near them. But the little clip it showed before of him like kind of like sitting and playing in the sand, it was like, I feel like he would have seen it like come up. Maybe he was trying to do
brushes or anything around. It was just sand and that was it.
Right. Maybe he was trying to do what you did by like trying to flick the snake away. I don't know.
Yeah. That's only for pros. Only pros should attempt flicking the tail of a snake. Unless he was like, maybe he was doing breath work or something. And
he's probably zoned out thinking about the birth of his son. He's about to miss.
Contemplating whether he was pleading with God to give him a sign of if he should stay or go home to his son.
Oh, yep.
Oh my gosh.
I'm torn. I don't know what to do.
Should I stay out here or not?
Maybe
Should I stay out here?
The snake bit him and latched onto him, as he said. He just sat there and watched it.
Yeah, he was like,
we don't know.
This is my sign. I mean, it's pretty badass to like get bit by a snake on Survivor. Like he's the only contestant that can say that. There's definitely production that's gotten bit by snakes in the past, but he's the only guy on production or on the cast that's happened to. What else we got, Riley?
All right. Who did the most this episode to advance their game?
Neve?
I think Sophie. Did. I keep going back to her, but I think that she had to vote for Jeremiah. You could tell she really liked Jeremiah and was really close with him. But I think she had to make that move, and in order to get her to be trusted by Alex, first off, and then be able to play when the tribe swap.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, who else could it be? Ashleigh?
I was thinking Sophie as well. When I first wrote it in my notes, I couldn't think of anyone who did the best move this episode because it seemed like every time someone was doing a good move, like when Sage finally realized that she and Jawan were on the outside, I was like, oh, that's great. I'm glad she noticed that. And then she messed it up. And I was like, okay. Or like MC finding the beware advantage and then she immediately tells Steven. I was like, okay, that's an interesting choice, not my favorite choice. But yeah, I think Sophie did the best this episode only because since they're going to be trading people on tribes, now she has an alliance with Alex that she didn't really have before when Jake was around. And so now they kind of have like a better understanding, hopefully, or at least a little bit of a connection. So that should help her in the future. So I think, Sophie definitely made the best moves.
Right. And you know my favorite move. Shout out Snake. What's up? Just kidding.
The nipple piercing. Just that.
Yeah, the nipple piercing. Just the little metal barbell. I agree. I think Sophie. I mean, we didn't see enough from everybody else to really it's hard to choose someone that wasn't on the losing tribe. So Sophie really had to scramble. I think it was wise to recognize that going with Alex was going to be a much safer move, way less risky, and probably in the grand scheme of things isn't really going to matter if she advances with Jeremiah or with Alex. So, I think she was wise to recognize and outmaneuver Jeremiah in that position. Riley?
I'll at least shout out MC for finding the beware advantage and telling only one person about it, which is a little bit better than telling 5 people, I guess.
Yeah. But would you tell someone that about your beware advantage if they were 4'11" in high school? Neve wouldn't.
Nope.
No. Steven, we love you, buddy. All these contestants are listening to this podcast. Neve, I should have told you that before, but they're listening, and now they're going to follow you on Instagram and probably leave weird comments on your posts. What else we have, Riley?
Okay, who damaged their game the most? Besides Jeremiah, obviously.
Neve?
I think the Riz God. I think announcing...
R-I-Z-G-O-D? He's got to stop doing that.
Yeah, R-I-Z-G-O-D in the house.
Yeah.
Him announcing that was pretty wild to me. And then reading the clue out to everyone, it was a lot.
Yeah, he's like the Blippi of Survivor.
What an interesting comparison.
Blippi, R-I-Z-Z-O.
You nailed it on the head with that.
I guess I did. We'll see. Riz God will chime in and let us know what he thinks. He's not really like the Blippi, but yeah, that was not a great move. Ashleigh?
I gotta say Sage. She should have never messed with Shannon. Shannon and Savannah are like little evil doers in the background of like their team. So for her to she was so close to understanding what was going on and she just missed it by a step. I'm like, girl, like Shannon she's leading you guys in like yoga practice in the morning, but you got to look past that. Yoga practice. What connects with yoga? Cults are bad. That would be my brain. You know what I mean? So Shannon's bad, but that didn't happen for Sage. So she's in trouble.
Yeah. I have to agree. I think Sage, Sage is definitely in trouble. Jake getting bit by the snake was not also an ideal move.
Not great. Yeah, I guess I should have said besides him as well.
Yeah, besides him. But also
not looking likely to win at this point, I don't think.
No, he's out. I think, I think you, Neve and Ashleigh both named my two with Rizzo just like announcing to the world he has an advantage and Sage actually being kind of okay and then going to the wrong person.
Yeah, I'm going to say Sage as well. It's a tough spot to be in, but she's kind of overplaying and she needs to build connections and not kind of like throw other people under the bus and play the game as hard as that. It's but it's tough.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some predictions. Let's get some winner picks out there.
Okay. Nev, who's your winner pick from this episode or from the season long that you've watched so far?
Season long.
Who's going all the way?
I am going to go with Dreadlock Matt.
Dreadlock Matt? Because he's probably an 801 or a 435 phone number. Is that?
Yep, that's it. No, I think he knows like his skills. He didn't step in to just be the boss. He didn't overpower anyone. He's strong in challenges, but he's not too strong. And I think he's got a good social game. Just needs to lock in that alliance. But that's who my pick is. It's just hard to say right now. It's so early, but that's who my prediction is.
Okay. Ashleigh, is your winner pick still in the game?
No. Jeremiah is gone.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? He would have won. If he would have
just had to get past this one
one thing.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's my boy, the snake, he done ripped Jeremiah's like crown from his hands. So I'm going to go with, I think, MC. I think that people just really like her, even when she doesn't like them, which I think is really interesting and cool. And I feel like because she's like kind of like dipping her toes in different like connections, I feel like it'll be really interesting to see how she plays when the tribes start mixing together too. Like I think she can go all the way. And she's great at challenges, which is also helpful.
Yeah,
she's cool.
Okay. I mean, my pick since the beginning has been Jason. He's in a fine position. He just has to win every single challenge all the way to the end to ensure victory.
If they're all puzzles, he's good.
Yeah. If they're all puzzles, he's fine. Although I do think that, generally when you're on the disaster tribe and you make it through, you do have a deep run. Like I think that Sophie or Alex is going to have a very deep run, probably be a finalist, one of those two. Will it be enough to win? Who knows? But I will ride with Jason. Riley?
Yeah, so my pick's going to be Sophie without an E for exactly what you're saying. The disaster tribe it looks like they're going to do a tribe swap on this next episode. And then I think from there, both of our Kelly people are under the radar because it's red versus yellow. They've already set it up on this episode. That's going to be a war, and you're if you're on the disaster tribe, you're set up for a deep run. And I think Sophie is the pretty adept player. I think, as we saw, she was able to convince Alex on this episode, despite him seeming like he was going to get her off first. So, I'll stick with Sophie.
Okay. The next one might be very difficult for us this week.
Who's the next boot?
How do we? There's a swap coming.
There's a swap.
Yeah. Is it going to be two tribes, you think?
Yeah, I think it'll be two tribes.
Two tribes of how many are still in it?
Two tribes of 7.
Two tribes of 7? Okay. So it will have to be like a true random swap because there's not equal men and women on the tribe because 3 and 4. So, okay. Is there any way to quantify or guess who's going next?
The tribe that doesn't have Jason.
Okay, the tribe that doesn't have Jason is going to tribal council.
I think if the tribe that doesn't have Jason, and if that tribe has Savannah and Sage on it, then Savannah's going to say, let's go, Sage.
Okay.
And so she would cut down the red numbers immediately.
Okay. I'm going to lean into that a little bit, but go a different direction. I think Shannon or Savannah is going to get caught in the crossfire of trying to game too hard at Sage because of this. And I don't know who it is, but Shannon or Savannah's going to Savannah's either going to be like too aggro about it and everybody's going to be like, whoa, let's just take care of this. Or Shannon's going to keep going back and forth. Like if Shannon goes back, if Sage trusts Shannon and then Shannon is like, oh, Sage trusts me and goes and says something about Savannah, to Sage to keep her in, and then Sage goes to Savannah in any shape or anything, then it's over for Shannon. So I'm going to, I don't know who it is. There's just like, it's too many variables right now, but that would be fun. A little mix up. Ashleigh?
There are a lot of variables, but I'm going to say, I think the snake is going to reappear. And while it's going to be after the immunity challenge, it's going to be a muddy immunity challenge. Mm-hmm. The snake's going to appear, scare a few people, graze a little teeth, right? Yep. And I think it's all a ploy because a long time ago, Tyson flicked a cousin of the snake on the tail. And because how slow the snakes go, it took a long time to get the information back, but now it's all just like revenge. So I think just the 3 more medevacs. At least
3 next more? Episode. Wow. Dude, that was like betting for someone to hit 4 home runs in a game. That's crazy. But if it happens, it's just like millionaire.
I like the snake thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the movie It Follows. Have you seen that? Yeah.
Yes. Snake follows.
Yeah. Riley?
I don't know. Yeah. I feel like it's just a total swing in the dark here. I'm going to say Sophie with an E, I guess. I don't know anything about her.
Yeah.
Which feels like that's somebody who could go after a swap, it's kind of like the edit is hidden. And I think that even though I don't like Rizzo's decision to share his Beware advantage with everybody, because the whole Red Tribe, Uli, knows about it, he could get the idol, and that allows them to use that a little more strategically in like this coming war. If it's like, hey, we really need to force that it's somebody from Hina that goes, they can kind of use that a little bit better to strong arm it, versus if MC and Steven, like they keep their idol hidden a little more, it's just less firepower for Hina. So that's why I'm kind of thinking somebody outside of MC or Steven from Hina goes. And I'm just saying Sophie, because it's like she's been a bit invisible.
Yeah, I did forget about that with Rizzo. I think as long as everyone on his tribe kind of believes that he's using it for the greater good, he's going to be fine. But if he has any dissent in that group that immediately goes and tells the people that aren't with them that he has something, that's real bad. And that's usually the way it goes is, Juwan or Sage feels like they're not in the inner circle. And as soon as they get somewhere else, they're like, Rizzo has an advantage. And then it's a little bit tricky. And also to strengthen Neve's argument about Sage, we got her little sad story. Like usually you get the sad story. If somebody has a sad story, you definitely get it before they get voted out. But doesn't mean that she's getting voted out next, but they gave us her sad story. So now she can exit at any time that they choose. So yeah. And that's it. Anything else, Riley? Neve, any parting words for the audience?
We love Survivor. Everyone that's watching that played this season. We hope Jake is having fun with his newborn baby. And
not resenting him.
Right?
Yeah.
And we hope the snake, we wonder what the snake will do next. Who is the snake's next target?
Wow. Yeah, we'll have to keep our eyes and ears peeled for that and trust that it's not getting close to me before I notice. And you can follow Neve on social medias, Wise Words From Neve, Neve. Is that your same handle on TikTok?
Yep, that's my handle across platforms. Go
All
follow
platforms.
If you want some good dad jokes. Mm-hmm. Like Tyson is my idol.
That's legit. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I love that. I was going to tell you to have something prepared, but you did it without even needing prep.
No.
That was on the fly. I get it. We can use that as our social.
I think I'm your audience.
Yes, you are. We can use that as the social media clip.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Ashleigh, cut it. That's the one. And we're all on new channels over here, our own individual feeds at The Pod Has Spoken. So if you are having troubles finding us everywhere, we are at The Pod Has Spoken on YouTube and Spotify and wherever you listen to podcasts. detached now from Ringer Reality TV, still under the Ringer banner, loud and proud, but with our own feed for you Survivor diehards. That'll do it until next week. Thank you all for tuning in. Riley, great to see you. Neve, thank you so much for your positive energy and jokes. We were supposed to be quiet after you told the joke and like kind of stare at you with crickets, but Ashleigh ruined it by laughing.
Thanks for the laugh, Ashleigh.
I think it made it better, actually.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and we will play pickleball when our paths cross. Deal?
Deal.
Okay. Much love, everyone. Till next week. See ya.